name is Shinan Biorensa from BA3C.
Good morning, Mom. Good morning, classmates. Today, I'm going to tell you all about the different lettering types that exist. Let's start with the basics of lettering. First, what is lettering? Lettering means to have letters written or typed in something. Lettering types go all the way from the oldest calligraphy written in Greece to the modern-day fonts. To go a bit further, then, let's dive into what is calligraphy and typography are. Calligraphy comes from the Greek word skallos, meaning beauty, and graphein, meaning to write. To create calligraphy, we can use pens, ink brushes, or any other utensils that allow us to create written words. Most times, people refer to the term calligraphy when describing an artistic form of writing. While typography comes from the Greek words typos, meaning impression, and graphia, meaning writing. It is the technique of arranging types to create a legible, readable, and appealing text. It was art created to automate the writing process, thus creating a faster and better way to share the written word. So now, let's proceed to the types of lettering. So first is we have sans serif. This is arguably the most readable and simplest style of fonts you can have. It's the most used digitally, like on websites, social media, operating systems, etc. And in other media like billboards, logos, digital ads, subtitles, TV programs, and so on. Why? Because of its simplicity. It makes it easier to read when in a hurry. Example is when reading subtitles, for instance. And it is easier on the eyes, especially on smaller screens. You may feel less fatigue after hours of screen time reading a sans serif font. It is considered the most versatile types of font since it works well for the most industries. This is an example of sans serif. So next is the serif. So the serif fonts appeared way before sans serifs did. It's believed to have originated in ancient Rome with the Latin alphabet, back when words were carved in stones. Serif fonts are usually used in more traditional media like books, magazines, and newspapers. It's perceived as a more formal type of font. It's still mostly used by printing, means that feature longer blocks of text. Nowadays, it is resurging a bit, especially in logos. It's a better font type to wow your eyes, giving the subject a more distinct or bold look in this digital era. This is an example of serif fonts. The next one is the black letter or Gothic. In my humble opinion, there is no better way to start than with the Gothic or black letter style of calligraphy. I will not go in too deep with its history as it dates back to 1200 BC, but learn more here. There are several styles when it comes to Gothic calligraphy. It is important to know that they derive from the same type of tool. This is the type of pen you can use to draw a Gothic or black letter effect. Whether you go for a deep in ink style of calligraphy or go for a more modern feel and versatility of fountain or parallel pen, they are half of your work. The tip is cut, so you end up with a flat nib which gives you the shape you need to write with. This is an example of Gothic fonts. Next is traditional calligraphy. This is one of the most searched styles when people look for calligraphy artists. Most people enjoy having handmade invitations to formal events like weddings, christenings, or other events of the sort. It is nice to master this one in case you want to do a few of those gigs in the future. This style shares some things with the Gothic style. First, you have lots of sub-font styles under traditional calligraphy. Some are more readable than others, but that is true with every single calligraphy style in the world. Second, with the right tool, you can have all of them.
So this is an example of traditional fonts.
Next is the modern calligraphy. As you can read by the name, we are getting into some of the most creative and innovative styles in the last few decades. Modern calligraphy derives from the traditional calligraphy but has a more laid-back, fun, and bold look to it. Whether you use script, cursive, or brush lettering, the same thing applies here as it did in the style above. With the right tool and the technique for it, you can do them all, with more or fewer variations. The right tools for this are calligraphy brushes, calligraphy pens, or dip-in pens with the some nibs that may help you with that effect.
This is an example of modern calligraphy.
So that are the types of lettering. So I failed to mention before, but all the styles you saw here can be achieved digitally in whatever program you enjoy the most. Whether you work professionally in Victorial and create calligraphy straight up of Adobe Illustrator, or you're Procreator or Adobe Photoshop person, you can do them all there. It's fun to use your hands, but also to dive into a more forgiving and simpler process once in a while is the key to keep you motivated and make you think outside of the box. Don't forget, the right tools are important. For every style, you will have different ways to bring out your best work. Just follow the techniques out there and use the right tools to make your work easier. Above all else, have fun with it. It's what creativity and calligraphy are all about. Not only to make beautiful works of art, but also to enjoy it and elevate your mind. Thank you.